first was Brett Weinstein and Evergreen College. And people are like, why do you care what's happening in these obscure colleges? I go, hey, they're going to graduate.
Yes.
Like when I see fire and it's 5 miles away, I don't go, oh, it's 5 miles away. I go, hey, we got to get the fuck out of here now. Like, get out of here now.
Yeah.
Fire's coming.
Yeah.
Get out. Like, this is, like, you don't see that these kids are going to leave school.
Yeah.
If they're so crazy, they believe that you should have a day where you tell white people they have to stay home. When it used to be that it was an appreciation of people of color. So they could take the day off and they would get paid. And you go, oh, I really miss Mike. You know, I really miss Tanya. It'd be great if she was here. And boy, it's hard not working with her, you know, and doing her job and my job at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But telling people, white people, they have to stay home and then threatening them with baseball bats if they don't, have people roaming the parking lot with bats. When I saw that, I was like, this is crazy. And so many people were saying, why do you care? Well, they're we do have this sort of democracy. You know, it's obviously heavily influenced by money, but and then with the open borders, so you have all these people funneling into the country, and so you have an erosion of confidence in our entire system. And if you looked at the whole picture, all the things that are in play right now, particularly like with the open borders and giving people plane tickets and flying them to all these different cities, like if I was going to try to destroy the country, that's how I would do it. If I was going to try to destroy the country, I would radicalize the kids. I would give them the stupidest ideas and run them in their head. Boys can be girls, girls can be boys, boys can compete against girls in sports if they think they're a girl. Queers for Palestine. So what is going on right now in Maui?
On Maui, the hotels are like, hey, we need to be able to start welcoming in tourists back into the island. And so the governor is trying to work out a plan to be able to provide some form of semi-permanent housing for people. If they were to try to go out and rent a house on the market, it is purely unaffordable. And there are a number of families who are now faced with the tough decision of, do we just pick up and go and move our life out of Hawaii and to the mainland? Which is heartbreaking, given how many of those families, I mean, they've been in that community in West Maui or in Lahaina for generations.
What is happening with the people that had mortgages? So if they had a mortgage and their home was burnt down and they haven't gotten money from the insurance company and they haven't been able to rebuild, do they still have to pay that mortgage while this is all going on?
You know, I haven't heard that raised as an issue. I would hope that the mortgage company would recognize what's...
Seems like it's all designed to erode our faith and to make this whole thing something that's way easier to control. Because the way our system is set up right now, if you can express the freedom of speech, if you actually can do that, it makes it very difficult to control a narrative.
That's it right there.
Yeah.
That's it right there. Control and power. And they're terrified of a truly free society where we can have a truly free open marketplace of ideas. They're terrified of people being able to, you know, and I saw this when I ran for president in 2020. We're seeing it again in different ways in 2024, where they want to control what information you get about certain candidates, what information you're not allowed to see, who is being pushed forward and who is not, and undermining our basic responsibility as citizens, which is to cast an informed vote. You know, there is a silver lining in what we have been through COVID and through everything that's happened since. Is I think more and more people are waking up and at a minimum just questioning what they're being told. Is this actually true? Looking for information and news from other sources than maybe they had been before.
Yeah.
And just what you said, no one's coming to save us. I think that is the message I'm carrying. I'm on the road constantly, and I'm talking to people, whoever will listen at events and on different media platforms, and understanding that in this situation, and there's a lot to be fixed across both parties and the government, but in my experience and in the situation we are in right now with the Biden-Harris administration, they cannot be allowed to remain in power.